Hey, what's happening everyone? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. How you all doing? Good, nice one. Today I'm going to be talking about how Frank Lampard is officially Chelsea's new manager. But before I do get into this video today, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification button if you enjoy my content. Like I always say, I don't want you to just subscribe for the hell of it. Only if you enjoy the content and you want to keep up to date with videos. So, Super Frankie Lampard, Chelsea Football Club's manager, bowling up at Stamford Bridge, first team coach, widely regarded as a premature appointment. Don't think anyone would have called this just 1 year into management or just after 1 year's experience. Doing an okay job with Derby, but nothing spectacular. Regardless, it's incredibly exciting. Not just for Chelsea fans, for the Premier League. It's like an explosive package of narrative for journalists, pundits, just football fans generally. Chelsea's greatest ever player. Arguably England's best midfield player or attacking midfield player considering his offensive output. You know, there's not much of an argument of that if you look at his numbers. Just straight up box office. So there's a few things I want to talk about today. I have done a video on Frank Lampard's Derby before where I expressed concerns, and you can go back and watch that. I won't be doing any statistics today. I just want to talk about the appointment and what that means for Chelsea Football Club. Okay, so really the type of football Frank will play won't be too radically different to Sarri, which I guess is good. There might be a little bit more, there will be a bit more pragmatism in his approach, which I guess is good and that will be welcomed by a lot of Chelsea fans. But the main sort of positives of this appointment would be two things, I guess. One would be morale feel-good factor. Like I said, Chelsea's golden boy returning home to coach the team, to be the manager, you know, to be a sort of talismanic manager, to inspire confidence and inspire the team, present or represent the club incredibly well. He speaks very, very well. It'd be great for PR. And the other thing would be implementing the youth with Jody Morris. Now, again, to plug another video, I did a video about Lampard's loanees who he'd recall, where I chose 4 players that make sense for him. Go and watch that because that would, I guess is really relevant to this video. But that's the other main attribute of Lampard's appointment, implementing the youth. Because yes, the transfer ban, and that is a good excuse to start implementing the youth, but this is something that Chelsea have long had a problem with. It's difficult to say a problem because Chelsea are the most successful English team of this century, so the formula of Chelsea FC works, but the fact remains that Chelsea have had the best academy in England. You know, the players at academy level won absolutely everything, mostly with Jody Morris, or a lot with Jody Morris. They matched the Busby Babes record of Manchester United, the famous Busby Babes. And yeah, they're just excellent, excellent youth. Chelsea have such a good development process for youngsters and just seem to find all the talent. So we've got that platform for amazing youngsters. And there is that sort of positivity and romance of bringing through your own into the first team for Chelsea fans and the club, and indeed English football. If there's good English youngsters out there, all football fans want to see them being played in England, ideally, or at the top level in England. That's what Jody and Frank would bring in that sense. And like I said, the transfer ban sort of acts as a catalyst for all this to happen. Frank himself, in terms of coaching experience, as previously stated in this video, doesn't have much experience. Now, does that matter so much with a club like Chelsea where the coaches seem to come and go? I reckon there's an argument to say yes, because we've had such great coaches at Chelsea that have obviously done really evident style shifts that have worked. Frank will pick up this team that Sarri's just won a trophy with. We'll have to address the Eden Hazard situation one way or another. Another shameless plug, I've just done a video on Eden Hazard and how Chelsea could play better as a team without Eden Hazard. Check that out, and this could be, Frank could be the perfect leader to lead that collective team effort, you know, to rally them, more so than say a foreign coach like Sarri or whatever. Frank will play a 4-3-3. in possession that will drop to a 4-5-1 out of possession and may shift to a 4-2-3-1. So there will be adaptation. He'll have to be careful that he's not shifting it around too much to cause problems. He'll have to find something a bit more settled. I think he will start with more familiar faces just while he gets his feet under the table at Chelsea. So you might start with the front three of Giroud, Willian and Pedro, which is not what everyone wants to see. A little bit underwhelming for the experienced but aging players. And then one would imagine the front three would eventually develop into Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic and maybe Abraham or Batshuayi up front. Although I don't really have a problem with Giroud, I think mobility is going to be a big requirement for Frank Lampard's, Frank Lampard's Chelsea, because he does like playing counter-attacking football and young pacey players breaking. If you look at some of the greatest successes or performances for Derby, that was often on the break. So he'll be looking to do that. But that's the good thing about Frank. He hasn't got the ego, he's just got the drive, the passion, the intelligence, and the sort of, he just wants to grow and develop, which is great. And I personally, my concerned self would have liked that away from Chelsea for a little bit, but now he's arrived, you can only be excited. It's like I said, it's a box office appointment. It's just no one knows what's going to happen, but hopefully he succeeds, and you know, hopefully he gets given the time. One would assume he was given assurances that he'd be allowed to, or he'd be given the time to succeed. It was what I'm trying to say, really. So there's some youngsters that have been recalled to pre-season. Well, lone players. You know, you got Zuma, Bakayoko, which is interesting. Although I think Kovacic will be starting in front of Bakayoko and say Drinkwater. Abraham's been brought back for pre-season training, and Mount. So all the youngsters there. Obviously Reece James has still got his injury, but he'll be back in the mix in no time. So there's a lot of quality throughout the Chelsea roster there, a lot of youngsters. So it's exciting times, you know. I'm personally very excited to see Christian Pulisic in a Chelsea shirt, see how he develops under Frank Lampard. And I do think Tammy Abraham will be given his shot. So come the first few games of the season, you might see a few of these names popping up and playing, maybe starting for Chelsea, certainly coming off the bench. And there's a great, exciting uncertainty about it. But it's crazy, guys. I mean, what's going to happen? It's very, very exciting. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I really like, I'm quite an analytical dude, so I can only look a little bit at how Derby played, but from here on, it's just all bets are off. It's no man's land. What the hell's going to happen? It's just an exciting buzz that Chelsea's greatest ever player is now the Chelsea manager. So yeah, give me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. Don't know what else to say. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Fucking hell. See you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.